Yes. We made it right on time. Oh, wow. Do you know that happens a lot? I'll be wearing glasses, then I'll be picking up glasses to wear glasses. Oh my goodness, I caught that on camera. I'm always doing that, like, oh my goodness, this is such like some old people. But anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be starting in a moment. Today we're going to be talking about the excuses that people give not to do business. So there are a lot of things that people will always look for. They always say that excuses are like shoes, right? You always find the one that fits. And so a lot of people will do give all sorts of excuses when they don't want to do something. And then they'll just keep, hi, welcome. You're my first, you're the first to be here today. So welcome and thank you. So people will give all sorts of excuses, manner of excuses when they don't want to do something. They will always have something, and then they keep telling themselves these things. Oh, I don't have. Oh, wow. Hello, everyone. The last time I checked, there was just one person. I'm raising up my head again, and there's so many. Good to see you too, Moses Leonard. So welcome. It's a pleasure having you. As we're here, I'm gonna give like 15 minutes before we really delve into the subject of today. But you can go ahead and ask questions, ask something that you want us to talk about. We'll go ahead and talk about a King Soul. Good evening to you too. Thank you so much for being here. I absolutely do not take it, for granted. So go ahead if there's anything that you'd like us to talk about. But today's topic, anyways, Alphonsus Ungu, good evening. I'm doing great, James. Nojimudim, good evening to you too. Modukbe, hello, how are you? Today we'll be looking at excuses that people give not to do business. In life, when people don't want to do things, there's always something they do and just keep themselves off it. A lot of people self-sabotage. People do that a lot. It happens a lot of time. And then people just begin to believe their lies and like, oh yeah, I'm too busy. I don't have time. My husband will not agree, blah, 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 blah. And then you keep asking them, have you even tried all these excuses? When you begin to break them up, you find out that they were never that way. The architecture of a new Nigeria. Good evening to you. I'm trying to look at your name, but unfortunately, I think I can't read it. Is that Russian? Or I'm sorry. I wish I could, but it looks as if, I can't read that for now. So there are all of these different excuses that people give are some of the things, that are always there. So please go ahead if you have any questions before we fully delve into the subject of today. We'll do that. Yesterday we talked about when to do business. When to do business in terms of, is somebody too old? Oh, thank you, Stanley. Thank you. Is someone too old to do business? Is someone too young? Is there ever like a young time? I talked about my son who started his business when he was 9 years old. Although he doesn't have any business now, but he started a business when he was 9 years old. I talked about my mom who in 1988 went back to go and learn sewing just to be for her to be able to have something to fend for her family. We talked about people who started business in their 60s and stuff like that. We also talked about people who wait until when they retire before they go and start business. That's the worst thing that can happen. Please, if you want to do business while you're working, is the best time for you to start business. The best time to start business is a long time ago. The next best time is today. You can start it today. You can start it by just picking up your paper and your pencil or your pen or your pen, I have a green pen here, and just start writing your ideas. Business usually starts with ideas, but unfortunately a lot of people think that business starts with money. Mazi Onyekachi, love you too. Thank you so much. Modupe is all else waiting for us to delve into the world of business. And if you've missed, we have this program 9 p.m. every day. Any day I'm not going to be here, I will let you know. Probably on Friday, we might not be having Let's Do Business. We might not be having this live session. I'm going to be on transit. And so even if I make it, I'll be a bit tired because I'll be traveling on that day. And then Saturday, inshallah, we would meet up again. But in the meantime, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, West African time, that's GMT plus one. It's when we have this session. It's all about sharing. I'm just trying to share out of I'm not saying I'm an expert in business. No, I'm not. I don't have any qualification to teach anyone business. The only thing that I have experience of having done my own business for 24 years and having been in the business setting, helped my parents with their business for like how do I put it now? For maybe like 25 or maybe like 15 years before my 24 years. So overall, I have like 40 years of business experience, either as one who owns her own business or one who was helping her parents to do their own business. So some of these experiences are the things that I just share here. I'm not even teaching, I'm sharing. And then one thing they say is that experience is the best teacher, but who says you have to experience it to learn it? You can do OPE, other people's experience. That's the best kind of experience. Moses said nowadays people are looking lazy instead of doing something they like. But yeah, a lot of people want to. Abdullahi Abdulatif, welcome, Mazi. Oh, thank you. Martin says he just subscribed to my account now, always watching my videos. Thank you. If there are those of you who have not subscribed to my account, what are you waiting for? Just subscribe. A few days ago, we hit 100,000, subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you everyone for your support. Also, while you're here, kindly go ahead and hit the like button. I've not been able to get people to hit the like button. I don't know why. Sometimes we have 300 people live watching and then you have like just 20 likes. But anyway, I've let that be. I choose my battles I cannot win. I don't focus on it. So me, I'll focus on the one that I have control over, which is my talking and sharing. The hitting the like button, I don't have control over it. You guys do, so it's left for you. And just this mention of this particular thing, I'll tell you, for me, it's a life hack that I have. I always focus on things that I have control over. It makes life easier. Don't beat yourself up over things you don't have control over what you do. I always say to people, focus on your effort and not the result. And what normally happens is that a lot of times people focus on the result and they don't focus on their effort. So it's like, for example, let me even use YouTube as example. It took me 9 years and 5 months to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, all of this business talk I'm talking now, I've shared. If you go to my YouTube channel, they are all there. And sometimes you have like 10 views, 12 views, and all of that. What's my business? The views is not in my control, so I wasn't focused on the views. But doing videos and posting videos, they are the ones that are in my control, and that's what I just focus on. All my social, anything I do in life, that's what I do. Because what now happens is that a lot of people, they focus on the result, and then if they don't see the result that they want, they easily get discouraged on certain things and they move on. And I always say to people, no, don't focus on the result, focus on the effort. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Like, I have a YouTube channel that I really want to start talking on other things other than business, politics, other than serious issue like life things. What are people going on? Who is supposed to pay money on the first day? Who is those kind of topics that really affect life, but sometimes are not considered serious enough to be discussed. For me, this channel is already all too serious about politics and all of that. And the last time I posted a video there, I think there's just one video there. I posted a video there, and that was 5 months ago. And I've not been consistent in posting video, which is some of the things I really need to start doing. And so I will focus on whether people have watched it or not, is that I have not done the thing that I'm going to do. So I hold myself accountable, and that's where I focus on. So please, if you're also able to do that, focus on that life hack. Focus on things that are within your control, and then you do them. The other ones, yeah, they can take care of themselves. Joanne, thank you so much for your kind words. What language do you speak? I speak Esako. I speak Hausa. I speak Pidgin, and I speak English. So those are the language. I think pidgin should be its own language. Urore jelizo izotoma gbede kira so izotoma so kuma ina jin Hausa, yaren da nake cikin yaren da nake guda hudu ne, ina jin Hausa kuma I dey speak all four language na so I dey talk am, and as dey be, and I believe say pidgin suppose be im own language as e dey, so make dem no dey call am English because e no be English. At the same time, I speak language. I'm not a polyglot because I don't speak enough of those languages to be called one, but at least I get my way through and I have a way of switching. And sometimes my thoughts, they just go all over the place. I sometimes think in Hausa, other times I can think in Esako. I also think in Pidgin or English. Does that work? That's the way it is. Anyway, we are about to start now. I think it's about 10 minutes now. We have quite a number of people here today. Let's get on straight to it. Today we're going to be talking about excuses that people give not to do business. People give a lot of excuses when they don't want to do something. They always find one way or the other for them to stop them from doing. Can you just give me a moment, please? I think it's a bit. Oh, I'm coming, please. What's this? Okay. I was trying to get something on. Sorry about that. If you didn't see me for a moment, I was trying to get something on, but it isn't. So today we'll be looking at excuses that people give not to do business. In the last few days, on our series of Let's Do Business, we've talked about why business, why people should do business, why it is of interest for you to do business. And then we talked about why not business. We talked about the fact that there are some people that it's not in their interest to do business. They do not have what it takes to do business. But then those things also, we also talked about the fact that these are things that can easily be changed if they just get yes, Wilson, you're on time. We are just about to get starting. Oh, okay, Wilson also, I just came from watching your video on Fubara. And then Marcy says, yeah, Marcy, you can send me an email. I have a couple of emails I need to respond to. You can send me an email and let's take it up from there. My email is the way I spell my name, Aisha Yesufu, at gmail dot com. Please let it be on issue that we're going to talk about, national issue. Let it not just be greetings. You understand? Like people like, there's so many things already. My email, my phone, they are all full for me to be seeing greetings, and sometimes I miss some of there are like some issues that some people would like to discuss and I end up missing them. So today, yes, we're going to talk about excuses that people give not to do business. I'm going to start with the first one. I don't have time. Have you ever heard that? That's absolutely one of the excuses that people give not to do business. So you see someone who said, I don't have time. And this is what I said. I said, if I get paid every time I hear this excuse, I don't have time, indeed, I'll have a lot of money. This is the perfect excuse for those who are working. They will tell you they are always busy. But ask them who scored the first goal in yesterday's match. Currently, Euro is going on, all right? Euro 2024. And then if you ask them what country did what, they will sit down, analyze it for you, tell you everything. If you ask them what do they call this thing? Is it Korean films, Telemundo, whatever series, Game of Thrones, this, that. They will analyze everything for you. Where did you find the time to do all those things? But when it comes to business, you are quick to say, oh, I don't have time. Oh, no, I'm so busy. There's no time at all for me to do anything. I can't do business. But you have time to watch football. You have time to watch film. You have time to watch series. You have time to be gisting and doing amebo and doing olofofo. You have time to be sitting down. But it's the time that you find check it and do some business that you always say that you don't have you don't have time to do it. Now, it's not that you don't have time. You're the one, you're just looking for excuses, and then and you find the one that easily fits. There's something they say about excuses, right? Excuses are like shoes. You always find the one that fits. At any time, if you really want to have an excuse not to do something, it's very easy. You're gonna get that done. You're gonna find that excuse, and that's it. So I'm not saying that people should not relax and have fun, but it's more fun on a heftier pocket. And if business can do that for you, why not? Yes, people need to rest after your day's work. You need to get a bit of rest, but at the same time too, when you have money, when you have that financial independence, when you're able to build your business and use it to work towards your financial independence, you're able to rest more without having to be mentally, focused and thinking about, oh, how are you going to get make ends meet. Social media also is something that also takes a lot of our time. I also am on social media quite a lot, but I try to manage it. When I want to get something, I get it done. And probably because I started my business at a time when there was no social media, so of course there was nothing to take somebody's attention away other than books. I did read a lot of books, so maybe I might say it's something that distracts, but if you're focused enough, you'll be able to find something. Do something for yourself. Get an hour here and there to do business. In this information age, some businesses are not even physical. There are e-businesses. Some businesses don't take all your time. They are flexible and can be worked into a busy schedule. When you really put your mind into something, you always find the way for you to be able to do it. While you are sleeping, someone else is awake and doing something, and you want to have the same thing it has. Is that possible? No. And then sometimes people will say, oh, but we work at the same place. Yes, you work at the same place. Yes, you get the same salary, but you're not utilizing your time the same way. That salary that you get, that the other person also gets, please let me know if you are having any if there's any noise disturbing you. I have a fan on, you understand? So let me know if it's disturbing, if the noise is disturbing or not at all. Faiza, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you. Resting before its time is deadly. Nigerian pensioners with no business will tell you. Yeah, absolutely. And I just even mentioned the pensioner. That is so sad when you see a lot of people who have retired, collected their pension money, then they just start business like that, and the business collapse and everything it's gone. So is that someone in your office is doing one business or the other, and you are there making excuses? Hey, wake up. Life is not a pizza man. It doesn't do delivery. Life will not deliver anything to you. You have to go out there and go and get it. And I'm going to share an experience with you. In 2001, I think it was, I was pregnant with my second child, and then I had lost my first business. My first business had gone down, and so I was a bit when you're sad, a bit depressed. I was pregnant, and I was even having a tough time with the pregnancy, because during the course of that business, I was traveling to Dubai. I was pregnant. I was doing that. I almost had a miscarriage, actually, because of the heavy work. You walk around, you buy the things you want to buy, you pack them together. Though you can pay some people to help you pack, but I was trying to save money, and I think I overstrained myself a little bit when I came back. So all sorts of things. So I got to a place where I would just sit down in front of TV. I'll be watching TV. Then my husband will go to work. I'll be at home and stuff like that. One day I was surfing through TV, and then I saw Aliko Dangote. He was doing a live interview on NT. I will never forget that live interview. So Aliko Dangote was doing a live interview, and then so I looked at him and I said, oh God, please give me 1/10 of what you've given this man, and I'll be okay. I don't want too much. My own was at 1/10. So in the course of the interview, Aliko Dangote mentioned something. He said that he goes to office by around 9 a.m. and he doesn't leave the office before 9 p.m. I was like, what? Then he said the longest sleep he has is when he's doing transatlantic journey. And I said, what? For me at that moment, I said to myself, oh my goodness, here I am wishing that God should give me 1/10 of what he has given Aliko Dangote, but I am not doing 1/10 of what Aliko Dangote is doing. So that was one of my aha moments. You know, there are certain moments where you have this, oh my goodness, and there's a paradigm shift that you get. I got that at that moment. That was in 2001. A few weeks after that also, my husband, you know, came back and he was relating a former colleague of his that had moved to Standard Trust Bank, that they had a meeting. Elumelu then, Tony Elumelu was there, was their oga then, and they had a meeting till around, was it 3 a.m. and Tony Elumelu had two more meetings to go to. So these former colleagues of my husband, you know, he finished the meeting with him at 3 a.m. and he was like, Tony Elumelu said to him, see you at 7. So when he went, he like, no way, that man is going to be in the office by 7. When will you finish their meeting? That he came in, I think maybe around to 8, and Tony Elumelu was already in the office. So for me, these things were like, so these people that we see that are rich, that have money, they also work hard for their money. They put in the time. They don't just sit down and money will fall on their laps. Just the way we think that, oh, this person is just here, money is going to fall on that person's lap. So that was where I was thinking, if only God will give me 10% of what he has given, you know, Aliko Dangote. So we must understand that people use their time. So you also, you need to utilize, you know, your own time and get that go. You can't just sit down and just be sleeping or watching football. Those people doing football, they already you're watching them make their money. Those people in those series, they've already made the money. Before you even watch the series, they've already paid them. And there you are, they're already on other jobs they are doing. There you are, just sitting down and just watching the series. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it, but put it also in, what is it that you're doing? What is it? What you look at is that what is it that you should be doing now that will ensure that you can watch series without interruption, without feeling anything, and your bills will be paid. If by watching series, if by watching those series, by watching those football, by watching all those things, your bills are not being paid, you have to work for your bills, then I think you should reduce the amount of time you're spending on watching those things. The same thing also with social media. Social media is the most deadly. You just sit down, you're flipping, you're going from Twitter, you jump to Instagram, you jump to Facebook, you go to Snapchat. TikTok is the worst. In short, I really didn't know TikTok until last year. I only used to hear from my children, TikTok. Even I remember when I said, oh, I wanted to get a TikTok account, my daughter was saying to me, mommy, no, don't get a TikTok. So I didn't get until I think during election 2023 or thereabout, I finally got a TikTok account. And then you go there are so many things, so many funny things. Before you know what's happening, you've spent 3 hours just jumping from one video to another, just laughing. I find in terms of relaxation and funny videos and all sorts of things, TikTok is way better. Some of them you even see like movies that you've watched before or some series. You know, TikTok works with Twitter is too serious. It's a bit maybe the Twitter that I am on. So before you know, Wilson said I've refused to install. I tell you, for many times I also refused to until when I got on, and it's crazy. It just takes away your time. So you have to manage it. You have to know when to do this, especially as adults. We're not kids. You're not kids. I'm sure everybody that says up to over 18. So you either doing something or the other. Set certain time aside that you use for social media. I mean, there was a time, if I could look here, there's a timetable here that I drew up. I had my social media time, and I had time for reading, time to do this, time to do that. And so those kind of things sort of like they help you, you manage. So don't just waste your time all the time on social media, you know, looking at these things. So those are some that's one of the first excuse, right? I don't have time. It's one. So the next excuse that people remember, the topic for today is that excuses people give not to do business. Oh, okay. We have someone here up to me who said, when my younger brother was busy coding night and day, I was busy Facebooking. Now he has foreign clients he's working with. Now I'm a classroom teacher with a laughable as salary. Well, so that is that. But also another thing I will say to you, an optimist, is that you can also change that, because Facebook now, I think people also, you can also become a content creator instead of just watching. You also put out content that people would watch. I think there's a way they do. Is it Facebook page? I'm not very familiar with how Facebook does its own monetization, but like what you say is so apt. That's the thing about life. And then tomorrow now, when that your brother has money, some people will now be looking at you and say, oh, he's Yahoo, oh, he's ritualist, he's this, he's that. No, it's simply that when we were sleeping, they were working. They were putting things, we didn't see those things that they were working on, that they were putting in place, but they were actually doing a whole lot of things. So sometimes people just assume that, oh, this person, there's no how come this person made money? Sure, we were all here, they were not, it was not doing anything, but they were actually really doing something. Akudo Moses said something. Okay, I think you are having a conversation from somewhere, because I say I abandoned, or is it the coding that you abandoned? Whatever it is. But another thing also is that have to be we have to persevere in the things that we do. Please, if I'm too fast, let me know, because sometimes I tend to speak too fast. If I need to slow down, please let me know, so that I will slow down a bit. The next excuse that people give not to do business is, I don't have money. That one is very common. I don't have money. It's money. See, let me tell you this thing. You don't need money to start business. A lot of people find it difficult. You need ideas to start business. By the way, please write in the comment section, let's talk about certain businesses that you say people will not do. So give me example to say that, okay, businesses, this also business, how can we do it without money? Let's have that. Najma, absolutely, social media breaks are super important. From time to time, take a break from it and just get your priorities, your priorities right. And if you can also be disciplined enough to limit yourself to being on it at certain times of the day, or at certain hours, just do that. You catch up with the news, you move on, except of course if your work has to do with social media and you're constantly having to be there. If it's something that brings money into you, puts money in your pocket, so that's a different thing. Then social media then becomes your business. The porosity of our mindset allows for shallow thinking and becoming judgmental of people's. Yes, Bayo, absolutely. People do that a lot, and then they'll begin to think, oh, this person and that. Meanwhile, they just weren't putting in the word that the person was putting in. Now we are going to come to, I don't have money. That's another excuse that people, use a lot to say, oh, they don't have money. Robert Kiyosaki, author of The Rich Dad Poor Dad, said something is good, that you don't need money to make money, that you only need ideas. And if you've not learned how to make money without money, you will not be able to learn how to make money with money. I totally agree. If money was what you needed to succeed in business, to do business or whatever and succeed, the people who would have been succeeding most in business are pensioners who had gotten their pension and started business. But I tell you, most of them end up failing. Most people sit down and think, oh, money. It's not money, it's ideas. Start that your business small. If possible, start it without money. Go on from there, learn the nitty-gritty. And I keep repeating, that's why Igbo people succeed in business. They learn business. They don't just jump into business. They learn it. Those time of learning, that's the most important thing. By the time they've learned the business, the nitty-gritty, how to go about the business, then when they get money and put it on, the business is sure to succeed. Most times we don't learn anything about business. We just see a business, we assume it's successful, we assume people are making money, and we just jump into it. Look, I say this all the time. Every business is a potential billionaire maker. It will make you a billionaire. Are you ready to give it what it takes? That's what is most important. Yes, there's also the issue of religion. Like some people will say, my religion will allow me to do business or do this particular business. But hey, if your religion doesn't allow you to do a particular business, why don't you look for another business that you're going to do? But it's not to say that you're not going to do that business at all. So beliefs are some of the things that people excuses that people use. I know most of us find it unbelievable that, oh, you don't need money to start a business, but it is really the fact. If we say that it is money that we need to run business, I will tell you that most recent retirees would make the best business people because they have just left work, they have time, they have been paid huge sums of money as gratuity or severance allowance, they have money. You find that most of them get into business, but after a while they sit down with a dazed look thinking about what happened because they've simply lost all their money. The fail-proof business they thought they had has suddenly vanished into thin air. They have not learned the basic principle you have to learn to make money without money to be able to make money with money. I'll repeat that again. You have to learn to make money without money to be able to make money with money. If you've not learned how to make money without money, you definitely will not be able to make money with money, and any money that you have is going to find its way back to the people that know how to make money without money. If we're to sit down in Nigeria today and say they are going to, every Nigerian, all of us together, they're going to share 1 million naira to every Nigeria, everybody, the Dangotes, the whatever, every one of us is going to get 1 million naira. Within 24 hours, the Dangotes and co will be leading the pack. The ones that don't have anything, they are going to go back to not having anything. Because some people, the moment money enters their hand, that's when they are doing all sorts of, they will do everything to lose that money. Some people are not comfortable until they lose the money in their hands. There are some people, you always wonder, some people in life, they are always looking for money, they always don't have money, and they are the ones that have the biggest opportunities. They are able to get things, they do big business deals, something, they make money, they always have huge chunk of money, but in no time that money is gone because they've never learned how to make money without money. They've never learned how to manage our money. Yes, another one also that Bayo said, Mr. ABC went into business, he failed, I can't be bothered. Yes, people are afraid of failure. Being afraid of failure is also an excuse that people give not to do business. Overthinking business idea and trying to perfect business before something started, absolutely wasted. This is also some of the things that stop people from doing business because some people want to control everything. Some people are control freak. They want to get everything sorted out. They want to be able to judge how everything will go, to plan it, and that plan was fall into place, and you see them, they just stay in one place. They just keep going, keep checking and rechecking, and they never get anything done. You have to get things done. You have to learn on the move as you are doing business. Even after you've learned how to do business, you have to relearn how to do your own business because the one you were doing before was not your own. Some people allow, is it analysis paralysis or paralysis analysis to overwhelm them. They continue over analyzing that business idea to the end that the business now ends up just dying in their mind. Auntie Aisha, an idea could be catalyst or trigger for a success, but what are the other components of the process to succeeding? Well, let me see. I'm going to try keep this question and then sort of like, and let's work on, let's answer it. I just take a picture of that so that I will not forget. We'll come back to that later on, and let's go. And I think yesterday, towards the end of yesterday's live that we did, I mentioned some of the things that one needs in terms of working towards having that a business that ends up succeeding. Knowledge is very important. After the idea is knowledge, and information gathering, knowledge gathering it's very key towards it. But we'll take that because I think that on its own should even be a subject that we take about. The best way to deal with procrastinating is start. Just wake up and start and say, yes, I'm going to fail. Yes, it's not strong enough. Bring on the failure. I will fast forward my failure. If I fail, I'll stand up again and start. That's just the way to deal with procrastinating, because the more you stay, the more you find all of these excuses I'm talking about, and more things will be giving you sweet reason why you should never start. And so the best thing, just start on something and then have a start date. For example, now And for those of you who were here, I think day before yesterday, we talked about that. If, for example, you're going to talk about business and say, I'm going to do this business, fine. Pick up a day, pick up your sheet of paper or book or whatever. Write down the things that you need to do. First of all, start with your goal. Start with the end in mind. Right? Just like what's this author? I keep forgetting his name that wrote this book, Seven Effective Habits of Leadership or something like that. You know, he always says start with the end in mind. So start with your business in mind. What is it that you want to do? Then bring out your book or piece of paper or whatever it is. Start writing you've written your ideas. What are the things you're going to do? Put a start date. So that helps you with your procrastination. Put a start date. On that start day, whether you finish the things you're supposed to do or you've not finished the things you're supposed to do, you're starting. If they are going to be the shop you are renting, they have not finished painting, no wahala, you sit down there like that. If it's a particular thing online, you start it like that. So on that start day, give yourself a start day and start on that day and keep going. And okay. Namesake, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Well done. It's a pleasure having you here. I had to start up a small laundry business and make it to a bigger one. Start what you finish. What you finish in your mind, start it. Yep, you start with the end in mind. So starting a small laundry business, it's starting a small laundry business. Get people around. There are people who weak, they don't want to wash their clothes, they don't have time to wash their clothes. Just the way you wash your own clothes at home, start with that. So talk to people. You don't even if you don't have this thing to buy machines or whatever, but you do wash your clothes with your hands. Get people around you and begin to collect their clothing for them. Make it attractive for them, or let them know that, look, I can wash your clothes, you don't have to do it. It might not be too expensive, you might not be charging too much. And then you bring in an extra service in the sense that maybe you go to their houses where you collect the clothing. It could be from the place where you live in, it could be the compound you are living, it could be the estate you are living in, it could be the area you're living, it could be people you're working together with. You collect these clothes and then you go and wash them. Make sure you do very good wash, iron it for them and supply it, to them. Make sure you're doing little things like the soap you're using is the one that is well perfumed, or the one that it doesn't have that this, because sometimes there are certain clothes that they wash for you, the detergent or material they are using, you just don't like it. So you put in that extra effort. How do you like your clothing washed? You make sure you're washing the right places that need to be washed, and before you know what's happening, you're going to be having what they call word of mouth. People are going to be telling other people. So even if you don't have money yet to buy those big laundry machines that you'll be doing, this is what you want to do. And probably as you're going on, maybe if the clothing you're getting, they are becoming too much for you, for only you to do, you could hire one or two people and then be giving them something from what you're, and you just take a little bit amount, you pay them well, ensure they're washing very well, they're ironing. You could go on from doing that. You're no longer the one who is having to wash and do it. You're getting people who are helping you to iron, to do these things. And then as you go on, you get your machine, you begin to get your machine. You can even install your machine in your house where you're living, because you don't have a place, you can't hire a shop at the moment. And then you keep going over. Most importantly, every money you're making, you're saving it. That's the time for you to be very frugal. You don't have business changing phones, you don't have business being exorbitant, you don't have business spending money. You'll be saving. And then at the end of the day, when you get enough, then you begin to buy your machines. You're still using them from your home. One day you're opening a shop, you are having a shop out there, people can come and meet you. You're using your van. One day you're buying your vehicle, you're going to go and buy those things and around. And probably as you're doing that, before you're saving your money from it, you begin to buy lands, you begin to build houses, you begin to diversify it to real estate. These are the ways that you can go, taking your business, that laundry business that started maybe by even you using your hands to wash for people, to you now owning big dry cleaning places where your dry cleaning suits very well. You're washing, you're doing the right kind of dry cleaning. You might even get to a place where you have the dry cleaning for general people, then you have the dry cleaning for expensive clothes. There are people who still take their clothing to places like London, to certain places for them to get dry cleaning, because there are certain clothes that you can't wash them anyhow. So those ones are premium. You are not even, you have a clientele that it's of that where you're giving premium service that people are paying for it, and before you know what's happening, you are known as the number one person in the laundry business, and that's how it goes. People from other country might even be coming to come and wash clothes where you are. There are people who take their laundry from one country to another to be able to get rid of good this thing. There are some expensive clothing. You provide all of these services. That's how it goes. Before you know what's happening, you are a top person out there. It always starts from somewhere. The thing is, start small, think big. Don't ever forget that. Start small and think big. That's the way to go. So we are still on excuses people make not to do business. And some of these excuses, of course, we said, I don't have time. And the second one is, I don't have money. There's also something that I say most times, and I mentioned this yesterday, most times too much money is what kills a lot of businesses. We begin to make decisions that are not best for the business when we have so much money in the business. When we don't have much money in the business, we tend to think more and more out of the box. We are more creative, and then we get amazing business ideas. When you don't have a lot of money in your business, excess money, you tend to be more creative than when you are. I once challenged an audience where I was giving a talk at a business seminar on the topic on not needing money, and I told them to give me businesses like businesses that they want us to do, and 3 people raised their hand. This thing, maybe it's something like maybe around 2007 2008 was when I did this particular business talk. Then in Kaduna, we used to do, I give a lot of business lectures and stuff like that. And so I said to them, okay, fine. Give me 3 business ideas that you want to do so that we'll talk about it and see how we can do it, without you having money to do it. 3 people raised their hands. One of them wanted to start a school, the other a provision store, and the last one a boutique. So I started with the school, and I said, let's look at the school issue. If you are looking at all the tall big buildings, the classroom, the library, the staff room and co, you would need money, but one has to start from somewhere, and that's the key point we normally forget. We usually want to start at the end point. We forget the cardinal rule: start small, think big. So most times people, I want to start a school, and you go and be looking at one big school that have been there for 40 years. Maybe the school was even there before you were born, and you want your school to be like that. That's not possible. You start somewhere. There's a school that my children went to in SS. The woman started from a room. No, she started from the garage in her house. Many people start their schools from one room. So I told the woman, I thought you have a room you have in the house. There might be people in your neighborhood who do not have a place to send their children to, or there are some who believe in your teaching ability. Start with somebody. Start with one child. Start with 2 children. Start with 3 children. I then gave them the example of the school that my children went to. It's called Essence International School in Kaduna. It is one of the biggest schools in Kaduna, if not the biggest, as of that time. The proprietor started the school in 1982 with just 3 children in her garage. Today, if you go to that school, it's a huge school. If she had sat down to think she needed all the money to build the huge buildings she has today, and refused to start until she had all of that money, I assure you would never have heard of her, and my children would not have attended that school. There's also a school in Gwarimpa in Abuja where the woman started in her house, and what she did was to move with the family to the boys' quarters. So this woman, they have their house, they have a boys' quarter. Like, a lot of houses, you might have like a bungalow and a boys' quarter, or you have a duplex. So she and her family, they decided to do that sacrifice. They moved to the bungalow, to the boys' quarter of their house, and then they used that front house and started the school there. So she didn't need to go and start looking for a new place or all of that. These are some of the sacrifices you do. And then this school is a huge school. it's a big school with different branches are all over, but somebody who comes and sees that school would want to start their own school from that level. No, you don't start from that level. You start small, and then you think, then you think big. That's the way for it to go. I see someone asking about fashion and photography. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down to it. I don't want to miss any of the question. Absolutely. Najma says get someone to hold you accountable is also one of, you're so right about that. It's also one of the way that you're able to deal with procrastination. Get someone that will be on your case and really ensure that you're also getting that thing done. So, and of course, so she moved in there, and today she has her own big school. The second challenge I was given was opening a provisions shop without money. I told her, yes, you want to open a provision shop and you don't have money. Who says you can't do something if you have seasoning in your house? What is it that you have currently right now that you can say to your neighbor, I'm selling salt, or I'm selling Maggi in my house. Please, if you anytime you want to buy salt or Maggi, come and buy. Start with whatever it is that you have in your house. Sell that. And when you sell it, go to the market and replace it. You've already started a business. Somewhere in our house, we have Maggi somewhere. We have this. We have things that we don't use. Make that your capital and go on from there. Or you can have someone, even if they don't give you a credit, as you go on, you begin to have people that will give you credit. By the time someone know that, if they come to your house, they can easily buy this, little thing. They will start from that little thing, and then you go on. Sometimes there are people who started their business with just a tray of bread. Anything is done, but most time when we are talking about this provision store, we are thinking about, we rent a big shop, but do all the shelves, make it fill it up with goods. No, it doesn't have to start that way. You can start small. Anywhere that you are in, you can always start small. And then of course there was one that talked about the boutique, and said that what are the things that you have, start selling out of the things that you have. If we look at our houses, most of us have excess things that we don't do. There are people who buy second-hand things. Start from there. What are the excess things you have in your house that you can do away with? If you have 6-7 clothes, you're good to go. You have 1 or 2 handbags, you have at least 3 pairs of shoes, you're good to go for a while. You can use that for the next 1-2 years and focus on growing your own business. Sell off the other ones as second-hand. Begin to go there. You can start your boutique by selling second-hand things. Then as you go on, you begin to sell new ones. One day you are hiring a shop. The other time you're putting in your things, and you have your boutique out there. It takes time. It takes a long time. You start small, but if you think big, you will get there. And all it needs is that perseverance. You can't do business thinking you just jump into it tomorrow, you now be making your money. No, it takes a lot of hard work. And for people who think that, if I just have the money, why would I go through this? So let me just start the money. That's how you also lose the money big. And like if you look, it's just because we don't keep record, you see a lot of people who have started business. Even you yourself, you have people in your life that that started businesses and the businesses collapsed. They had money. They started with money, but the business also collapsed. Then I'm gonna go on to say the next thing also, the next excuse. We've talked about 2 excuses now. I don't have time. I don't have money. The next is what I will do. I might break these excuses. Maybe we do them in 2 days. Today we take some today, and tomorrow we take some. I don't want to. Maybe I have 2 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 6 excuses here. We might probably do 3, and then we'll come back tomorrow. We'll see how to go, so that we'll have a more interactive session, because I see there are a lot of questions that people are asking and have been asked. So maybe we'll just do today. Toyo, welcome. No, you haven't missed much. We're just starting. Please talk about fashion, sewing, and making clothes. Yeah, so I think we have a bit of more interaction today. So I will end today on, we'll take 3 excuses today, and then tomorrow we'll also take 3 excuses, the remaining 3 excuses that we have. There's quite a number of other excuses anyways, but these are some of the ones that I'm going to be looking at. So the next one that a lot of people use, and this one I will say to you, it's women use it more often than other people, or the other gender, which is my partner does not support me. Small thing, I would have loved to do business, so by my partner will not support, my husband will not support, my this that, my that. There are some people that actually have genuine reasons for that. It's not an excuse, it's their reality. There are some men that will say they won't allow their women to do businesses, but that's story for another day. But there are some that is just excuses, that they're talking about doing business in Nigeria now. No, it's not funny at all. It's not funny. It's crazy. But then, what do you do? Not doing business is also not funny. It's also a problem. And so these are some of the things that we need to look at. So starting a business is a huge commitment and it's a big thing, and definitely we need the support of everyone around us when we're starting business. And I will tell you honestly, without the support of my husband, I wouldn't have been as successful as I am in my business or in other aspects of life. I have a huge family support. You know, sometimes people say, Aisha, how do you do what you do? Your father. I say, for me, honestly, I have a great family support. I have a husband who supports me 100%, who works on making life easy for me, who ensures that he's putting things in place so that I can be doing what I'm doing without any stress. So I don't take that for granted, and I do also realize that there are a lot of people who are not privileged to have that kind of support. So to be sure is that, yes, we need the support of people around us. Business can be very taxing emotionally, physically, psychologically, and so having people that will support you is very key. The question I want to ask here is this: are you sure your partner does not support you, or do you think he or she would not support you? Because what normally happens is that a lot of time we assume certain things that are not true. We just assume that we will not be getting any support from our partners, or they wouldn't want us to do business. It might be a figment of our imagination. What I would like you to do is find out from the person if the person actually supports you or not, and if the person does not support you, find out the reasons why the person does not support you. So these are the things. Sometimes we just make assumptions. I know he will not, I know he will not agree, but you've not asked him, you've not even discussed it with him, you've not said something, you've not really shown that you want to do this, and you're just assuming that your partner will not support you. So don't let that be. So first of all, have that conversation, sit down in a very mature, look, sweetheart, I would love to do the babe, I would love to do this. What do you think? This is what I'll do. And then if you hear from them, they say they don't support you, there might be reason why they are not supporting you. They say they don't want to support you. Hear from them the reasons why they're not supporting you. There could be a lot of reasons why your partner is not supporting you. It could be fear of the unknown. By the time you start business, how is it going to be? Where would it lead to? You can sit down and allay those fears and talk them over, and you might discover what you both thought was a big deal might not be a big deal at all. Is it about your commitment to your family? Is your partner scared about your commitment to the family? Probably by the time you start business, you might not have much time for the family, and the home front would suffer. You can sit your partner down and explain to your partner that business will not take all your time, because sometimes business can take our attention away. If the father is too busy, the mother is too busy, the children are definitely going to suffer. You know, at the end of the day, in a family, you have to think of a lot of things. You have to think of your kids. For me, I loved my business in the sense that I could work. Being a trader, I had control of my time. I could work from home. I go in the morning, like in the early stages where I needed to be in the shop, I will go to school. I will take the kids to school in the morning. I will come to my shop. When it's time to go and pick them, I'll go and pick them. I'll bring them to the shop. Sometimes we stay in the shop till we go back home. We're all together. And then by the time the business was getting more, where I could employ a lot of people, I had warehouses. I will take, when the kids are dropped in school, I come to my place. And then when they close, I pick my children from school. I close for the day. we go home and all of that. Even while in the shop, because everything is about management. Like when my kids will stay with me in the shop, as soon as they come, they take their clothing off. I always go with their change of clothing. So when they come from school, from shop with their uniform, sometimes I see parents in the market whose children, they stay with them in the market. The children are still in school uniform and all of that. I'm wondering, why are you doing that? I always had my clothing, my children's change of clothing. They come, they just ready. Yeah, the only thing is that they won't shower. Like normally when they get home, when they come back from school, they shower, they change into new clothing. But they will change their clothing, remove their shoes, pack everything down, and then also what we now do, their food is already ready. They will eat their food there, they will rest a little bit, play a little bit, then they do their homework. Before we go home, all homework have been done. I was my children's lesson teacher. All homeworks are done, everything is put in place, and then we are ready. When we get home, they just shower for the night, take supper and stuff like that. So everything is about how you are able to manage it. So my home front never suffered. In short, towards the end, you even think that I didn't even have work, because I was always there with my children. That's one thing that I know. I put my all. I'm an intentional parent. I was very intentional with the upbringing of my children. It was paramount. And even up to today, my husband would always thank me for the way I brought up our children. He was always appreciative, of that. So you need to also sit down and then have this discussion with them, so that, because there are some people, in terms of they are doing businesses, they neglect the children, they neglect the family, they neglect the home front, they neglect their relationship. It's both ways, both male or female. But so these are some of the things that you need to sit down and have that discussion with it. Okay, like I was saying, is your partner scared about your commitment to the family? You can sit your partner down and explain to your partner that business is not going to take all your time. You can do business part-time or full-time. You can work it in such a way that it is not detrimental to the family. You shouldn't be out there fulfilling other people's need and making money while the children turn into something else, because no one is there to guide and look after them. So you really need to also be very, flexible in the way that you take care of your children and all of that. Are you sure it doesn't affect anything? And some of these things, it's all about, putting a system in place. Maybe one day, or maybe on my other channel, I'm going to discuss the whole issue of sometimes some of the things that you can do in ensuring that you put a system in place, and you have things that are going on for you, so that you're not always sort of like you're not always like out of your depth, so you are in charge of things happening. Just quickly to say, for example, for me, like in my when my kids were young, this their lunch box and stuff like that, I have snacks that I buy for them, like chivita juice, or either of these yogurt drinks, Capri Sun, whatever, some biscuits, some sweets, wafers. Those ones are tied. So I just buy them in cartons. I just tie them up, just put them, so that on a day you just pick one and drop for the child, box that you're going to, and then their food that they're going to use in the at school. We had a menu table, timetable, a menu. Is it a menu table they call it? So on Monday, we know what they are eating. On Tuesday, they are eating this. On Thursday, whatever. Like the day they are going to take chips and egg to school, the night before, we've peeled the potato, we cut them up, we put them in water and put it in the fridge. So that in the morning, you are just frying. So that in the morning, that's when you are cutting your potato, you're frying, and everything is also the same thing with all the other food. Like for my kids, the night before they sleep, we all bring out everything and set them that their uniform, the shirts and the trouser. From my daughter, she had a pinafore and shirt, the socks, the shoes, they are arranged, the panties, everything is arranged. Everybody will keep their own with their shoes. It's not in the morning that you'll be running around looking for shoes. No, we don't do that in my house. We never did that. To be running around looking for what? Everything is arranged the night before. There's a laundry basket. When you come back from school, you remove your clothing, you put them in there. Not that you throw your shoe, your this thing everywhere, and the money you're looking for them. So these things help you. So it makes you time management. It helps you with time management. We have those things. Then in the night before, they bring out, they have their timetable, they look at their timetable, what subject are you having in school today. Based on that, they arrange their bag, they carry the books, they have everything, they put it, they are all arranged, they go to sleep, and that's it. And also of that time for us, 5 a.m. we wake up, my kids wake up 5 a.m. By 5:30 or thereabout, they've already showered, they've gotten dressed and everything. Then is it 5:30 or no, I know 6 to 7. By 5:30 to 6 they read their Quran, they did Quranic reading, and then by 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. my children read. They read 1 hour before they go to school, and then when they come back they read an hour every day from the day they start work till after exam. It's after exams that they don't read, they play. And then during holidays they read, I think, 2 hours a day in the afternoon, and that's it. So that helped them whether they were sick or not. They already had a residual error. It's not that during organization, I tell you, for me, we like a military this is, so I didn't have, oh, you are tired, you are looking for this. Sometimes you see some people, they are all over the place because they are not planning, they are not organizing. So these things, for me, those are some of the things that helped me in terms of my children and the way we went with the child upbringing. The youngest is 22 today, so they are all adults now, but these are the things that I did that made things a lot easier for me. So that was, I just say, let me share that, by the way. So going back to this thing is to say that business is flexible. For me, most people think I am a full-time housewife because I run my shop, a business from the house. I'm hardly at any of my shops or warehouses. There are two types of business people. We have business owners and entrepreneur. A business owner, so this is like this, like I'm reading some of the write-ups I wrote a long time ago, because I've been teaching these classes for a long time, for over like almost 20 years now. I've been teaching these classes. So at the time I wrote this, of course, I wasn't the person today. I wasn't like an advocate or someone who was speaking on national issues. I was someone who was minding my business, doing my business, and with my young kids and all of that. So you see, a lot of people actually assume that I don't even do any work. I remember there was this, my husband's cousin, is it his cousins? They're cousins, or they're from the same village anyways. So the wife, we got to know each other, and anytime she see me, you're like, oh, okay, that she should, what she used to say, she would look at me and say like, that me, I'm trying, because she worked in a bank, she was working in a bank. That me, I'm trying, that she cannot imagine not doing anything. And I never bothered to correct her impression. I was just like, say I say, anyway, Sha, some of us are lazy. That's how I always just talk about it, because automatically she assumed that I wasn't doing anything. I was just a full-time housewife. By the way, there's nothing wrong with being a full-time housewife. It's a great, amazing job. It's a whole lot of work that goes in there. For me, someone like me, honestly, a lot of things that work at home, like washing, cleaning, those are some of the things that I found difficult to do. While I was doing all of this business, I always had housekeepers. I had people who like wash the clothing of my children. Like my kids, when they come back from school on Friday, as soon as they come back from school, they are washing all their clothing, and on Saturday they iron them. By Sunday we have everything ready. And I used to buy 5 uniforms. I didn't do 1 uniform or 2 or 3. No, I buy 5 uniforms that they wear Monday, Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, all the uniforms they were going to wear are there. 5 uniforms, 5 shirts, 5 everything. I keep them so that on that day, that by Sunday when they wash it, the clothing they are going to wear Monday to Friday is already washed and ready. So a full-time housework is a great job. I'm not trying to denigrate anybody. I'm not trying to say, oh, because I was a businesswoman I was better. No. So she will always say that I didn't mind. So one day, she used to work at Intercontinental Bank. One day they now transferred her to the branch that I used to do business with, and I came in. That was the time there was no online banking. You go with your check. So I gave them my check, and so that time they will always go and meet the manager to approve the check or whatever, to be sure that that's the person. And she opened my account and she was like, what do you do? I was like, I do business. She was shocked. So because I stay at home a lot, and you know that kind of a thing, I get it a lot. You know, somebody wearing the hijab is now. That's why I hate it so much that now I'm so known. If I go to a place, I can't just stay anonymously. I will go into a bank. Sometimes you will greet those cashier, they won't answer you. It's when they now do, and then they now open your account. They look at you, you now be hearing, "Good morning, ma." Me, I just be looking at the person because I know it's not me you are greeting, it's the balance in my account that you are greeting. So the respect is not for me, it's that account respect. But business, honestly, is always something that you can do, and you can organize it in a way that it's still going on and you still have your different life. A business owner, like I was saying, is someone that has to be there for the business to work. But an entrepreneur is someone who puts a system in place so that with or without you being there, your business is running. So I've always said to people, I'm not a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have things who are there. Okay, yeah, I'll buy you. So what I'm trying to do now, I will take pictures and then I will come back to those questions. Whether any of my Okay, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that question. I think it's something that really need a bit of explaining bio. So for me, you can also be an entrepreneur. You can put your system in place so that whether you're not there, it's there. I choose to be an entrepreneur and a lazy one. So one can actually do business and have 100% time for the family. It's all about structuring the business to meet your needs. Sometimes not supporting someone has to do with lack of belief. We don't believe that someone can do something. You don't have to believe in the person. Let me tell you about something that happened with my daughter many years ago. As of that time, I think my daughter was maybe like 10 years old. So there was this time she went for in their school. You know, sometimes they will give them raffle ticket to sell. If you are in Abuja, you probably know this school called the Regent Secondary School. The Regent Secondary School, every year they have a raffle draw, they have a fun day. It's really amazing, and there are big prizes they win. Me, I've never won any of their raffle tickets. Sometimes, you know, all of those things. Sometimes you can win like a flight ticket to London, flight ticket to Dubai. You know, I don't know whether they've won car before. So there are a lot of big things that they win. So they give them to sell. So this day my daughter came and she said she was like, she wanted to go and sell. I was like, who is going to buy? Just go and sit down. There's no need. Then, you know, I just said that, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, worst case scenario, I'll just buy the whole raffle ticket, give you the money, don't stress. So I saw her when I went into the room. Then I said to myself, that was a wrong thing you just did. You didn't allow the girl the opportunity. You didn't allow her to do it. You just made up your mind that she was not going to sell, and you shut her down. That's not too good. So I came out and I said to Ali, I said, well, yes, you can go out and try and see to the neighborhood and be able to find out, you know, whether you can sell and all of that. But what I did, of course, was to tell her brother to go with her, because fear of allowing your daughter alone walking around this. For me, I had those fears were a lot. I will not lie to you. Initially I said to her, who will buy? Nobody is going to buy, right? And then so I said, she went out, and lo and behold, my daughter was able to sell. I think she almost sold all, or maybe there were two or a few remaining. And that taught me a lesson. And I was like, sometimes we don't support people because we believe that, oh, they can't do it, or we want to protect them from failure, or we want to protect them from something. So these are also some of the things that let us, whoever it is, let us give people our support. If your spouse wants to do business, allow them to. Even if you think they are going to fail, allow them to do it. For me, that's one of the things that my husband has never like tried to talk me out of something, or he's always supportive. And I can tell you, I have failed in a lot of businesses. My husband has never ever come to say to me, oh, you lost so and so money, you lost this, you lost that. He has never. He will just say, no problem, we'll keep going. And some of these businesses, he's the one that brings the money that we'll start with. Of course, like my first business, and most of the businesses we start with and all of that, you know, savings, because he's the one. Like time I'm doing it, if we need to upscale, sometimes he's taking loan from his office for us. He's doing this thing. Even when I lose, he has never, up to today, 26 years of marriage, 24 years of doing business, he has never for one day come to say to me, oh, you lost this our money. You say, no problem, it's normal, we just keep going. So that support is very important. Having someone who supports you, your spouse, your family, it's it's very important. Chinedu Martins, oh, very cool, I hear you. So that's quite important. But there's also another thing. But sometimes when our spouses don't support us or our partners don't support us, they are right. And I'll give you an example. There was this lady that was telling me, when she wants to do business, that her husband doesn't support her. Then I was like, okay, what is it that you do? Tell me, put me through the business. Apparently, she used to go to, like, she would go to, like, when she travels to UK and all of that, she buys things that she comes to sell. Half of the things that she buys, she will give them as gift. She said she is doing business. I looked at her and said, even if I'm your husband, me too, I will not support you. If you want to do business, you do business. If you want to do charity, you do charity. You cannot say you're going on a business to go and buy things, and then you buy the things, half of the things that you bought, you're giving them out, and then when you're going back, you don't have enough money to go back. Then your husband has to be the one to be augmenting your business. He has to be putting more capital. I say, well, even me, I will not support you. I'm your friend here. Yes, I want you to do business, but I will not support you. You need to stop that habit. So sometimes there's actually genuine reason why they don't want to support. So you need to also find out what those support is. There's also something that, and this one is very common with women, we are sometimes reckless with money in terms of the businesses that we do, because at the end of the day, say oga go bring money. If your business goes down, oga will bring money to add to it. Please, let's not do that. Sometimes we deliberately self-sabotage. And sometimes also, I always say to women, so my fellow women, even those who are working, we self-sabotage and don't allow ourselves to get financial independence. You find that you are earning the same salary like your fellow male counterpart. He has bills, women, children, wife, whatever is taking care. He's building houses. You on that same salary, up to now, you've not built any house. You're busy buying ashobi here and there, buying handbags here and there, just wasting the money, just literally self-sabotaging yourself. So I think today I'm going to stop here on the excuses and go and answer some of the questions that have come up as we've continue on this. Chinedu Martins, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, we are at 100,000 subscribers. The last 3 years, or is it 2 years, have been short of amazing. Even with the fact that my channel was shut down, by YouTube at one time for like almost how many months, yet we came back and we are still growing strong. So thank you so much for that support, for your kind words there. So we are still discussing the excuses people give not to do business. We've talked about 3 excuses. I don't have time, I don't have money, my partner will not support me. We're going to stop at these excuses. There are other excuses. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll continue with the excuses. But in the meantime, we're going to, they've brought in light. That's good. In the meantime, we're going to look at some of the questions that people have been asking since. I had to take screenshots of them so that I don't miss them along the way. Miss Cherry Coco, welcome. You're late today, and you're the one. And because you've been on my case in the last few days, I make sure now that 9 p.m. on the dot, I'm here. So that's how, if we keep each other accountable, that's what ensures it keeps us on our toes on doing the business. So I'll say thank you. I don't know why you came in late today, which you usually don't. You're always around amongst the first that come in. So, well, hey, welcome. It's always good to have you here. Silas Kiabo, greetings from Uganda. Thank you. And greetings to you too from Nigeria, Abuja. I was in Uganda in Kampala, and where there was one other place again. I stayed in the Lake Victoria. What do they call that? A resort. And Uganda is quite a beautiful place, and I felt at home as if I was literally in one of the states in Nigeria. So Bayo said, I might be asking this question with long shot, please. By the way, it's just out of share. Do one coerce his kids into one's business, or more explanatory for continue? Okay, so this is the thing. And I think in my own case, I haven't done well. I didn't do well in that aspect. And it's something that it pains me a little bit, and I felt that I really didn't put my children in the line of business that I was doing. One in a way, like with my son had to leave Nigeria when he was 14 years old, and he only came during holidays and all of that. The other ones, but I discussed my business with my children, we talk about it and all of that, but they were not into what was happening, into like day to day being there. Although my son, when he was 12, there were times when he used to go to the shop. He used to even do this thing with them, like when they are doing this promo, like you see people doing. When I was doing tomato, he used to be there, but I didn't put him much. But let me explain to you. I would say, first of all, is to put the children in the business. Don't try, it's not even about explaining to them or coercing them or whatever. Just let them be part of the business. Like what I did with my parents, I was always part of the business. I was also always helping them to sell. Like I explained the other day, I said on Saturday, that's why I said I actually started business, when not my own business, but in the business, learning about business when I was like 10. Because my on Saturdays, I was the one that would go and open the shop, so my parents would rest. I was actually a very smart child. So maybe a 10-year-old, a usual 10-year-old might not be able to do that, but I was a very smart and intelligent child, but also very lazy. That's just it. I know it was say I use my head where I for become one big professor, one doc or whatever. But hey, I was too lazy anyways. I love to read other things other than my school book and whatever. But I was quite smart, so they could allow me. So I was doing that. I would open the shop. I would make all the things I needed to be doing, making the ice cream, start the shop, or before my parents would come later. So you see, that way you're being integrated into. So I think that's one of the things that can be done. Put your children in there, let them be doing the work, let them be doing whatever the business is, let them be learning it as if they are also your staff. If possible, like some area, what some people say is that even employ your children, be paying them, putting some money. There was one that explained it. I will One of the things, sorry, I know I might be talking so fast because I'm thinking of so many things. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is that maybe like either once a week or once a month, I will bring in people that are expert in certain areas, so that they will have the discussion. You will see, because there's one this thing they talk about, especially for those who are Nigerians living in diaspora. There's so many investments you can do, even for your children, what to do. Like you have them in business, when you're paying them, there is something that you get. I can't remember how it is, even like the tax something, but there are certain things. I'll bring in people that will discuss more of those things, that are experts in those areas. But what I would say to you is that allow your children be part of the business, employ them during holidays. Don't allow your children just stay home like that. For me, one of the advantages, and I love the fact that with my children growing up abroad, with my daughter, like my daughter went to the UK at the age of 15. Yeah, 15 was, yeah, is it 15? Yeah, 15 was when she started her A levels over there. And then as soon as she turned 16, she started working. So she's been working. If you see my daughter's CV that is still in school, I'm like, whoa. And so she's been working, doing work, whether it's working at Five Guys, doing, I start having a job that they're doing. So that helps them to grow, that helps them to mature. So in your business also, you can employ them. You can employ them to be doing the work as they are going on. And then as you go on, there are some who are going to take to it. It's always better, if you want that continuity, to have your children, be in there. You see them go taste and all of their children are in there running those businesses and stuff like that. For me, the main business I'm even trying to like get my son to be more focused on, interested, it's the property business, the property side of it. So we're all doing this and going along. So it's very good for you to be able to include your children in the business and get them to be on it. Some of them, yes, might not really like business, but hey, also allow them to do the things that they would want to do, and not just the things that you want them to do. I think that's why having to talk about what is happening to PSC, the removal of Mr. Arrested just 1 year into it, because he was doing a competent job display. Visions trading. Yeah, but this one we're talking about, it's business we are talking about here. I haven't spoken about it. Yes, I don't have as much knowledge to talk about it. Mr. Arase is my brother, and I do know that a lot of times when people are doing, they don't want to do, how do I put it? They don't want to do things that are wrong. Most time they remove them out of the position. That's sadly the truth we have, especially with Tinubu in office here. But it's not something that I'm going to talk about. It's not something that I have enough knowledge for me to really be going to talk about the things that happen. Okay, I think I'm looking at the next question. Moses Leonard said, my mom trained us with 30K fried groundnut. She later added bread. 3 years ago, he drove it to. Okay, I think I will need to see the remaining part. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I have a sister-in-law who, I think of all my husband's siblings, she's the one that really didn't go to school. And there are a few of them, but she didn't even finish. I don't even think whether she finished primary school or whatever, but she does groundnut. She does amazing. She's always frying groundnut. She does amazing groundnut. My husband just came back from the village. He even bought some of the groundnut he bought from her. And she's doing so well for herself, even doing better than a lot that even went to school. She has built her own house. She has her own houses. She's doing the business very well. So sometimes here, if people are determined, with little things that you do, you make a lot. One of the things, especially when it comes to trading, is that because it's not glamorous, people think there's no money. Traders have a lot of money. The people who are trading make so much more money than the people who work in offices. Honestly, I'm always shocked when I get the salary they pay people. I'm like, is that what you're going to work every day for? Traders make a lot of money, a lot of profit from what they do. But the only thing is that most of these traders, they don't understand what money is about. They don't have enough financial literacy for them to be able to make their monies work for them. So that's why you see they're all over the place. Sometimes when the business is no longer there, they really don't have much. Unlike people who are working, is at the end of the month, they are giving them some lump sum and they can do certain things about it. But here, trading, we actually earn a lot of money and you get a lot from there. So I'm still trying to look at the questions that have come in. Glad to be here to have not missed talk about fashion, sewing and making clothes. Mokogu Josephine said I should talk about fashion, yeah, sewing and making clothes. Yeah, so I really don't know what you want me to talk about in it. Great business. People will always sew clothes. People will always do something. And one of the things in sewing is that it's always, when I'm talking about improving on an existing business, sewing is one of the great examples I use. Most of you know how people fight with tailors that will collect your clothes. Some people say tailors will not make heaven. They will not sew you. They will frustrate you on Salah Day, on Christmas Day, on whatever. They will frustrate you and all of that. Yeah, Miss Cherry Coco, that's absolutely the truth. Traders, they make huge profits, just that financial literacy that they don't have. So and then if, for example, you want to go into that business, learn how to do the clothing very well, learn how to sew, learn how to do great work. Your lights must be well done, your everything. Before you know what's happening, people will be going for you. And then add a different twist to it. Make sure probably you're the one that is going to collect those material for them. When you sew it before the day you even say you're going to sew it. Take it back to your client, and then you begin to make your name out of it. As you're going, if you can start with sewing, you're a tailor, then you get it as you're going bigger, because you always have to think of how to be bigger in your business. As you're going bigger, you employ people that will also be sewing for you. Then the next thing also is for you, start selling accessories, start selling those what do you call it, sewing, what they do for trade, sewing threads, sewing this, sewing that. Start selling accessories, start selling all the things that are needed. You might be going to another place to buy. Maybe if you are not in Lagos, you might be going to Lagos to buy before, or Onitsha or wherever. Before you know what's happening, you are a big time person, you are not importing this thing. That's where the real money is. You're also trading and stuff like that. I have a co-wife. So like what we call a co-wife in the southern context is that like my brother-in-law's wife. So that's my co-wife. We're all married into the same family. She's a tailor. Years ago, over 20 years ago, I used to say to her, look, this work you're doing, also start selling buttons, start selling threads, start selling the accessories that are needed. People will use it, not just depend on sewing. She never got into it. I'm like, they live in Awochi. I'm like, you can be buying these things from Lagos, you'll be selling to people around there and stuff like that. But some people don't get it. But these are also some of the things that you can do for you to be able to, grow yourself and get yourself to that bigger level. Because whatever business you're doing, you have to think of how do you get it bigger, how do you make it, bigger and better. So these are also some of the things that you can be doing. So okay, yeah, I know I've already spoken about the laundry business that you can start and how you can get it there. Yep, I've spoken about that already. I'm just trying to see some of the questions that I don't miss anything. Yep, holding someone accountable is one of the way to deal with procrastination. I'm just trying to read some of the questions. Oh, thank you, Victor. No, okay, Dozier. I'm just reading this. Okay, so how do you start fashion and photography business easily? Fashion is easy. Which part of fashion? Do you want to be selling clothing or do you want to be sewing clothing? Sewing clothing, you can always you maybe you probably learnt it somewhere. There are some people, they don't have sewing machine and all of that. They just go to meet people who have sewing machine. They get the materials, they get the work, they go there, they sew it, they get it done. Some people are not even the ones sewing. They always get different design. There are some people who can create different designs, but they can't sew. So you have your designs out there, people like them, you get them to people that will sew them. Photography also, start by taking pictures. You can start with using your phone. You probably are talking to me on phone. Start by using your phones, editing them. Thank God for these days. Most people even depend on digital photos that they do on the ones that is the printed one. So start with all of those things. Start by using your phone. Learn, but most importantly, learn the knowledge. Knowledge is everything. It's very important that we all must learn. That's the part that a lot of people neglect. So learn this thing. And the beautiful thing is about YouTube. There's nothing you want to learn you cannot find in YouTube. The good, the bad, and the ugly. They are all there. So if you always so you will always find these things there that you can learn and get it going. So I think there was also another question. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen that question that even triggered me taking this visit. So let me see. Okay, Bayo has another question. I say in the attention in the UK where I reside, most time you find Nigerian traders killing their business with attitude and integrity issue. And you know, time they absolutely. I mean, you were here, Bayo. You were here when I was talking. Was it yesterday? Yesterday when we talked about day before yesterday when we talked about why not business. I say if you don't have integrity, you can't do business. If you don't have integrity, so those is con people attitude. You can't bring an attitude to a business world. Forget about it. When they say your customer is king, yes, your customer is king. No two ways about it. Always make your customer happy. Your customer, sometimes they can be annoying. They can come and insult you. Yes, if you didn't open shop, nobody will dare enter your house and insult you. If you didn't have an office, nobody will dare enter your house and insult you. So if they insult you now, it really doesn't matter. But when people bring in their attitude and stuff like that, they feel that, oh, do you think because I'm a trader you are talking to me anyhow? They will talk to you anyhow, and it's not money you are going to pay me. If you like abuse me, all I know is that money in your pocket, I will collect it. You buy something from me and I'll make profit out of it. When I was selling chicken feed, literally there are some people that will come, like my shop is here, they will park across the road and then they will buy. The car will be there because we normally will carry the thing. I didn't have anybody in the shop. I will carry the feed, cross the road and go and put it in your bag. He didn't take anything away from me. I was married to a chartered accountant. I had my own car. He had his own car. I had my own car that he had bought for me. I think then I was doing my master's. I was a degree holder. I wasn't like one uneducated person. But hey, is it in my body? I don't mind. I'll go and do it. Today, if I don't tell you that this is what I went through, you wouldn't know. But a lot of people do actually, come in with their attitude. And so that brings me to the other question that you asked, Bayo. You said something, an idea could be catalyst or trigger for a successful business, but what are the other components of the process to succeeding? This is one of those components in terms of your business. You know, what attitude do you bring in? What's your mindset towards a business? How do you treat your customers? Customers are king. Your staff, they are also king. The most important asset in your business are your staff. It's not even your goods, it's your staff. If you treat your staff very well, they're going to get to have your back. Even when you're not there, they're going to treat you as family. Sometimes, yes, spend money on them. Your staff can be having issues. Be their problem solver. Be there for them. You understand? They will look after your things. They will do they will look after your business, and they will make sure they do it very well for you. So these are also some of the things. Learn knowledge, be humble, learn from anybody. Don't have an attitude, and always try to make your customer feel good. Let your customer feel guilty if they ever go to another place without, if they don't come to you. These are some of the things that you have to do. Put a system in place and always follow that system through. Don't bring in an attitude. The fact that you're the owner of the business doesn't mean that you can do everything that you want to do. Make sure that as you're going in that business, when you're making your profit, from time to time take away some of the profit and invest it in real estate. Look for loan, look for credit, look for loan when you want to expand your business. Make sure as much as possible you take your money out of the business. You're running it on using other people's money, which is like loan, bank guarantee, and all of that. Some people don't want to borrow. You must borrow if you're going to grow in your business. If you don't borrow, you can't grow in your business. These are also some of the things, little things that we can also learn along with the business that we do. Also remember that your business money is not your private money. Don't spend it anyhow. Don't be touching your business money or anyhow you like. Oh, give me 10,000 there, give me 100,000 there, give me 1 million there. No, it's not your money. It's your business money. So treat them separately. Put yourself on a salary. Every month. This is how much you take. That's it. The remaining money is not yours. If somebody comes to, they are looking for money, they want to borrow money, or they are looking for help, use out of your salary. If it's finished, it's finished. Don't go and put your hand in your business. Your business money is not your private money. It's not for you to use. It's for the business. But that's one of the things that also kill businesses. People turn their business money to their private money. They begin to use it anyhow. You don't have right using your business money anyhow. So it's, as a follow-up, is it a societal norm or just an issue of feeling entitled? Does it have to do with the climate we grew up in? It has to do with inferiority complex. So in our part of the world, we tend to think that people who are trading are sort of like low inferior people or low quality people. So it's always like it's only people who are trading. So sometimes even people who are trading, they feel, oh, are you talking to me anyhow because you think I'm a trader? So there's that inferiority complex that comes into it. So they want to also show you that, look, I don't need this money you are bringing in. I'm not here because of this your money. I too, I have something. So the attitude begins to come in. But at the end of the day, honestly, it's just craziness. You're a business person, you're a business. I don't care. I just need the money in your pocket. I need you to buy something from me. I need to make profit from me. But it's a whole lot of attitude, and it's one of the things that have definitely killed businesses. That's why you see on an overall level, businesses, we really don't make it in businesses when you go in, as much as you look at other tribes like Asians and all of that, the way they come together and they really do more of those businesses. But it was definitely the climate they grew up in. I remember coming to Nigeria was a culture I found most rude. Ego is a problem. Yeah, it's that inferiority complex, and also customer service. We're very poor at customer service. People just treat people anyhow. They talk to their customers rudely. Fortune Allen, thank you so much. They talk to their customers rudely. They just feel that. I think for me is that whole inferiority complex where it's like, oh, they look down on traders, so I'm going to show him that I'm not that trader you're going to look at, or I'm not that business person you're going to look down on. But after all, how much are you buying? I don't need what I don't need this business. I can survive without this business. But what they not understand is that by the time one business is gone, the next one is gone. They are going to three, four, or five more people, and those ones too will be gone. Then you wake up one day, you don't have any business, and you say it's your enemies. No, it wasn't your enemies, it was your own hard work. Good evening, Auntie Aisha. How about online business? Will you advise you thinking of starting a TikTok for a couple content and based in UK? Absolutely. Online business is great, is the way to go, is the new reality that we all have. You're talking of couple content. Couple content are also great. You know, people like watching reality shows, so it's also like part of reality shows. But the only thing is, I'll just say that just draw up your plan, draw up the parts what you want to share, and sometimes don't share things that will hurt you. Understand, always know what you put out or what you don't put out, and don't and also build up a very thick skin. I think one of the things that some days I will sit down is because I see people are always so bothered about what people do online, because no matter what you do, even if you say you just come online and say, hey, good morning, there's somebody who are going to curse you, who are going to say all sorts of things. There are some people who are sadists, who are narcissistic, who are depraved. All they go about is going online and looking at who is it that they can be able to dampen their happiness, who is it that they can cause them pain. So there are some people who derive pleasure from the pains of others. So you're going to find a lot of them out there. They're going to be, some of them are going to comment anyhow in your comments at this thing. They're going to say all sorts of things. So you have to also be mentally prepared for that. People are going to curse you. People are going to say things to you that ordinarily you never thought about them, whether about your partner or about yourself or your relationship, and then they begin to make you doubt yourself. They begin to make you see certain things in certain lights that you don't know. So you need to factor all of those things in, and also have what are the things that you want to share, what are the things that we are not going to share. Have that discussion with your partner that you're going to do this, that you're going to do this with. That's very important. And also to understand that yes, there are people who have millions of followers. There are people who put a video out, and within 10 seconds they have like 20,000 likes, they have like 1 million views. That's not gonna be you. You're just starting. So what you just do is that just focus on putting the content. Forget what the views are. Just focus on putting out the content. And in the first few maybe years or months of your content making online, it's all about the quantity, it's not about the quality. As you go on, you begin to have a growing of followership, then you can begin to focus on quality, on what it is that your followers want, or your subscribers want, or one thing or the other. But on the overall, at the early stage, just focus on quantity. Just keep churning out channels, and most importantly, do things that you love, do things that is natural. Don't try to force things, because if you keep forcing things, it will really flow. Be honest, be open, be natural, but still have your own private life, and just keep churning out this. They might not be the most perfect. Don't be too fixated on, oh, we must edit it to be like this, we must edit that to be like that. No, it doesn't have to be. Just keep flowing this thing, and then as you go on, you now see what are the kind of contents that the people who are following you like to watch, what are the things they don't like to watch, and then you can sort of like channel that whatever content you are doing towards that particular area. But I would say yes. And then as you go on, when you're talking about this TikTok, online businesses, all of this content creation and all of that, it's not just about the followership, or it's not just about the viewership. There are a lot of collaboration that you could do. There are a lot of paid promotion. There are a lot of adverts that you do, because now a lot of companies are finding that not many people are on TV, not many people are reading newspapers. So they're going to come to you, but people are on TikTok watching things, and then they're going to collaborate with you, those brands, brand endorsement. And then finally, I would say to you, there is so many people who share what they're doing, how they're doing, both on YouTube, both on TikTok. So check them out a lot, and then check what they're doing. But most importantly, also find where is going to be your strength. Where are you going to focus on? Their couple content is like the ones that they're always doing games, they're always doing food work competition or whatever. Some is cooking, some is how they're bringing up their children, some is just the overall, some they are pranking each other. So just find whatever it is that works for you, and I wish you all the best. Triple father Bayo say, okay, where is that? Oh, okay, I've done this. So I'm just trying to go through. Yeah, Miss Cherry Coco, you know them a lot, so that's what they do. And so it's an opportunity for someone to come and then be able to have a business and do that. John Bosco, ma, you saw how illegitimate president was disgraced in South Africa. I tell you, you just go ahead and go and watch my video. I already did a video that I put out this afternoon at 4 p.m. on that. And like what I was saying to was it the person I just spoke to earlier? I said some people within seconds they will start like everybody will like their video, but my own people, they don't like the video. But anyway, I like the fact that they are engaging and they're making the whole session interesting. So you can't ask for everything all the time. I would prefer this one than the liking when people are not engaging. So yes, I did a video. I normally do 3 videos on my channel on an average day. I post out video at 12 noon, 4 p.m. and also 8 p.m. At 4 p.m. I did put out the video on that whole thing about Tinubu in South Africa. Honestly, as a Nigerian, Lord have mercy. That was so shameful. But like, hey, like some people said, well, it's his shame, not our shame. Anyway, it is what it is, right? Oh my goodness, I just saw that we are now at one. Lord have mercy, we are now at 101,000 subscribers. Wow, thank you. You see, they might not be liking, but they will be subscribing. So we take what we have and go with the rest. Anyway, so that's it. So if you check my video, you see that traders make huge money. Yep, I'm trying to see if you. Oh, Lord have mercy. How do we raise capital in challenging economies like Nigeria? Yes, Matthew, that's a topic on its own. And I think we're going to be doing that in the next, maybe by next week, if we should get to that topic. So please keep coming and let's keep continuing the discussion. We get there. There are different ways of raising capital, your own savings, family and friends, bank guarantees, loan sharks, which is not advisable, loans, which is not advisable, and others. So these are also some things that we'll talk about. Miss Cherry Coco say introducing your kids to financial literacy is important, be it training your kids to have an entrepreneurial mindset or just knowing how to handle money. Absolutely. When my kids, I think my son was 9, my daughter was like 7, when I first enrolled them in their first financial literacy class. That was at Kaduna Business School. They used to have this program for kids that we do in the summer, and they will go there. I've done that. Robert Kiyosaki has books that he did for children, financial literacy books for children. My kids were that. There was this cash flow game that Robert Kiyosaki had that taught children how to. I love that. I did that with my children. Most people fail to discuss money with their children because they feel ashamed or they don't know whatever. No, it's very important, like Miss Cherry Coco said. Teach your children financial literacy. If you don't have the knowledge, put them in schools where they have knowledge. There are a lot of people who are doing programs on children. There's a particular lady, is it Tayo? She has one financial literacy that she teaches, and she's doing very well, very great job. And then of course she also has some that she does for kids. She even has an app that she does in teaching our children. So it's very important for us to teach our children financial literacy. Biggest problem that we have, most people are not taught financial literacy. They don't learn about it, so they go through all their lives not knowing how to manage money and not knowing how to grow wealth. Rashid Kudus, thank you so much. Being a professor now, doing make one big now, we are the poorest now. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just trying to see. Oh yeah, okay, Bayo. Yes, I've been thinking about that. It's part of the things that I've lined up. We will be bringing in resource persons for them to for us to really learn about it. The other day, I saw someone was asking me about crypto. I say I have no knowledge of crypto. We can bring in experts that will talk about this thing on people gaining knowledge. Yeah, we will need a lot of resource people coming in also. So I'm just trying to go through and see some of the questions that have already, come on. Yes, Miss Charity, 101 subscribers. Honestly, which is really, I mean, you guys have really been amazing. I think since this live session started, it has really been a huge number of growth that has been going there. Winga Ngandu, I hope I really got that. Happy to subscribe from Zambia. Good content found here. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I just know, I just know that you guys have really been helping. And since we started this live, they've really been appreciable growth in my channel. So thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, couple games and earning and eating and family jokes. Yes, Miss Sherry Coco say, so narrow your channel to mukbang, eating and non-personal information. Absolutely. And when they start asking for a which you refuse to answer, you'll be surprised the follower may turn against you. At some point you start living a lie online because you're trying to fulfill okay, yeah, I think so. Okay, so Mr. Likoko is talking about couple content is toxic for a marriage because most behind the screen are sad folks looking for exciting high. They are constantly looking for the picture perfect life. Yes, that can be an issue. So it's that's why it's all about how you are able to work with it, how you're able to negotiate all that. But one of the things is that living a life does not last long. Be yourself, be who you are, and just have something that is quite interesting that people will work with. I see a lot of people who do games. I do follow some of these content this thing. Some of them keep it real. There are some that I think there's this one called Risa and Kwan. I do watch them a lot right from before they had their Sunshine and Savior Savvy. So over the years they've grown and I think they've kept their things a bit wholesome. There are some channels where you see a lot of anger, a lot of insults among couple. It's crazy. I'm not even able to stay on those kind of things. There are some who they are always doing games. There are some whom it's cooking. But just find the place that be able to manage and negotiate that, and don't get into a place where you are sucked in and just begin to unravel and come at each other, or people trying to know so much, all of that. But hey, whatever you decide on, all the best. There's nothing that it's not doable, it's not workable. It's all good, and wishing you all the best to. Oh, okay, okay, Bayo. Okay, I'm just seeing your question now. You said, should we look forward to more resource person joining you at some time to? Oh, okay, yeah. And that was what I didn't even say this one I had asked. No, it's not about asking politely. No, that's the way to go. I mean, that's the way that we all grow. One of the things for people that know me, if you know me, I love criticism. I love to be told, hey, you're not doing this right. Go and make it right. Because at the end of the day, Bayo, if you give me that advice and I do it, who is going to be better off? I'm going to be, and you are going to be. We all are. So it's a good thing. So I'm not, I don't have a thin skin. I always tell people I have a very thick skin. And for me, I love criticism more than I like praises, because when you praise me, you're already telling me something that I've already gotten right. It's when you criticize me, you're telling me something that I've not gotten right. And when I get it right, I end up being a better person. So yeah, yes, you're very right. Resource persons are some of the things that we're going to be bringing in. I'm going to work on that and probably see whether I think I'll be bringing in weekly or monthly, and look more for like in business, because what we're doing like is more business related, not like governance or politics, but we'll still find a way, to get those that will come in to join. I've already started thinking about that, and I was like, we probably on those days we might do it through Zoom, so that people can come in, you can ask questions, we do it through Zoom, and then we'll beam it live on YouTube. I used to do that. So those are also some of the things that I'm really looking up to. Thank you so much. So I'm just Okay, so I'm just trying to get the questions and not meet anything. Matthew Izeko says, I shall applaud your desire to see many become financially sound and stable. Well done, but thank you so much. Please bring in Mr. Shea. Please, who is Mr. Shea? And then, yeah, that's also another thing. If there are people that you want, particular people that you know that you want us to bring in, so go ahead, and then let me have those names. I will try and find a way of reaching out to them to bring them in and for them to, for us all to learn from them. The bulk of our business they have been premised on local context business. How demanding cross border or they require. No, they certainly require different requirements, and I don't think I'm in a very good position to be able to do that, because like I said, I'm just sharing of this whole my experiences. The only cross border that I've done importing was when I was doing tomato paste, and I stopped that after a while. But we can bring in people that will do that. But I do know there are always a lot of issues sometimes, even in especially within Africa. It's crazy. I've had friends who have had to go and buy things from other neighboring African countries, even with the even within ECOWAS, even within the trade this thing agreements that they have. It can be so serious at times, in terms of even changing the currency, to be able to change the currency, to be able to make transfer, to be able to. I had a friend who wanted to buy some things from Ghana. Just transferring money from Nigeria to Ghana was a heck of a problem. So these are some issues that we will get resource people for them to be able to come in and explain to us more on these things. And probably we're going to find a day. I think maybe Saturday might be the day that we get in people, we get in this resource people to be coming in and then telling us, sharing of their experiences with us. Thank you so much, Jeff. Wa alaikum assalam, Avni from Albania. It's a pleasure, having you here. Okadipo from Namibia. Greetings, my Auntie Aisha. Yesufu, thanks for all your works online. Oh, thank you so much. And I was even supposed to go to Namibia. I'm supposed to go to Namibia later this month, but I'm having some issues with my air ticket that was bought. I'm supposed to enter two Schengen countries. It has 3 stops or 2 stops instead of one. And so now I might need a Schengen tourist visa, and I really don't have time to quickly get that. But we'll see. If I'm able to get into Namibia, hey, I would do a shout out here anytime I'm doing live from Namibia. How does it work? We talk about business and all of that. And I think I'm just trying to see what are the project. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, and everyone. Yeah, so we are about to rounding up. We're to be talking about businesses. Today's topic was basically about what are the excuses that people give not to do business. And we talked about that people say they don't have time, people say they don't have money, people say that their partners would not support them. We have other excuses, but tomorrow we're going to continue with those other excuses that people give not to do business, because if we say we're going to take them all today, it's going to take a very long time. And we had quite an interactive discussion where people were asking their own question. Please, Jeff Raymond says, I want to start a business, but I don't really know what business that will be okay to start invest. I don't know if you can give a business advice to starting. Absolutely, I can give a business advice. We've talked about these other things before. If you want to start a business, the first thing is idea. What are you going to do? Look at 4 areas, and these areas, I'm going to list them. Number 1 is fulfilling a need. Look around your environment. What are okay, there was a bit of network issue. Look around your environment. What are the problems that people are having that you can solve that problem and in the process make money? That's the first way for looking for a business idea, fulfilling people's need. So you look for that. The second one is that, is there a business that you can improve upon? Is there an existing business that you can improve upon? Yes, there's a business that is going on, but the people doing it are not doing it very well. There's something, an added value that you can add to it and be able to make money. That's a business idea. Another one is that you can import an existing business from another place to where you are. You've seen something that is working very well in other places that people are making money, you can bring it over, and transfer a business idea from one place to another. And then finally, also a hobby business. Is there something that you're passionate at doing, that you love to do, that you're good at doing it, and then you can push that and turn it into a business and be able to make money? But one of the things I would say to you is that every business is a potential billionaire maker. You can make money from any business, and you can lose money in any business. So you check whichever one that you are able to feel, and then it goes through. I will tell you, hey, this is this business you invest in. So depending on you, your temperament, the things that you can do. Some people are good at trading, some people are not good at trading, some people is services that they give and stuff like that. So you find out within your environment and also yourself what is the best thing that you feel you can fit in, and then you go ahead and do it. Namibia in Africa is asking other Africans to get it. No, not Namibia. Okay, Miss Cherry Coco, it's not Namibia. Yeah. Hi. I'm doing live. Okay. Babe, did you say you were stealing my tea? And then you are saying that I'm the one. You say that the teas, I have a lot of tea. Anyway, don't mind my husband here. You say I have a lot, I'm the one blocking the whole place. Meanwhile, he's drinking those teas also. So what it's not the Namibia. So this was what happened was that, so the ticket that was purchased for me means that I will enter 3 European countries. So what we didn't realize, I think whether the agent that were doing it, they should have asked. Now, for example, I can't even remember the ticket. I'm going to enter Amsterdam and then enter another country again. So within those countries, I need a Schengen visa to be able to enter them, to fly. Because I won't be flying from Nigeria. I'm flying from another, maybe because I was flying from, I'll be flying from UK. They thought I had a Schengen visa. I don't even know how they made that mistake. So now we are having issues. I don't have enough time to stay and be looking for Schengen transit visa. And you know, with our green, white, green passport, how they usually would treat us anyhow, and just so those are the things. But if I'm able to still go on, I'll just give a shout out. I was really looking forward to that visit because I've never been to Namibia. I've never been to Namibia before. Just being sentimental and this job, please let's know when next you are due for the UK appearance, especially in London. A passionate request, please. I'm always in UK and all of that. No, I will let you know. It's my base because my kids are there. So definitely, although I don't stay in London as such, I'm more in Scotland, in Aberdeen. But those in London people, you people's London things are too expensive. I mean, I don't like spending money, so I just stay in Aberdeen where things are a whole lot are cheaper. So this is the thing about starting a business. Okay, thank you so much, ma. You're welcome. So we have 4 minutes to go. So if there's any question that anybody is bringing in, please go ahead and bring those questions in. Otherwise, we're counting down to our 4 minutes. And I also want to say to everyone, thank you. 101,000 subscribers we are on. That's absolutely and truly amazing. If you had asked me some years ago, 100,000, in short, I will laugh. I remember when I was in 1,000, I was like 800, was it 600, 800 for the longest time ever. But hey, you guys, we've done it, and so thank you so much, for all of that. Thank you so much. Ms. Cherry Coco, say hello to your husband. We thank you for encouraging and being your biggest supporter. Without support, we wouldn't have you pouring your love out. Well, thank you so much. He's such a great human being, and that's my husband for. He always wants everybody to grow. Everybody that he always like. You can't be with him and just not be excelling or whatever. It's just an amazing person. Thank you. Yeah, Scotland, the Wales, not all now our base. Then thanks so much. Yeah, absolutely. I'm more of a Scotland person, staying in Scotland. But one of these days, I've never been to Wales and Northern Ireland, but I think I'm going to do that a bit. Maybe just do a bit of Yahoo a bit. I really need to do that. Thank you, I really learned a lot. God bless you. Thank you so much. Please don't forget, we do this 9 p.m. every day. On Friday, I will not be doing it because I'm going to be on transit. I'm going to be traveling. So I'm most likely I'm not going to do the 9 p.m. on Friday. But tomorrow, Thursday, inshallah, I'll be doing it. On Saturday also, we'll continue. Some of the things that we're going to do, we're going to look at bringing in resource persons for us all to learn from them, and especially those who work abroad, who stay abroad and have a lot of bit of tips that they can give people who are there. For me, my experience is more limited to Nigerian experience and businesses in Nigeria, most especially in the trading part, and then the other was of course what I've read in books, but we can't always bring people that will give us more. Other businesses like crypto and whatever, we definitely will be getting in people that will teach more, even content creation and stuff like that. I think maybe one of these days we're going to get what's his name, Mr. Macaroni and the likes of Tao, because they are great content producers, that content creators that we have, and also Yemi, Sisi, and all of that. I think, yeah, it's something that we can do and just keep learning from there. I want to say to everybody here, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And you guys don't even understand how excited I'm more excited than you guys. So you guys are thanking me that I'm sharing knowledge. For me, the opportunity to actually share knowledge is something that I look forward to all the time. It's something that I try to do a lot. Sometimes you find people are really not interested, so it discourages one. So for me to see you guys who are really interested and who are doing this, I'm absolutely grateful for that. Thank you, AMG Entertainment. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Aisha Somtochukwu Yesufu. It's a pleasure, and it's 2 hours, and this is the time I say bye bye to all of you. I know that my husband, big baby, this one he came to carry tea now. He's signaling to me that, okay, madam, I need you. He was working on his business. So let me go and baby my husband. Thank you so much, everyone. Well done. Okay, African Michael Jackson. Oh, how are you? It's a pleasure. Your last music was amazing. Please, 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 you guys, help us follow our African Michael Jackson, AMG Entertainment. Subscribe to his channel and also listen to his music. A young chap that is doing amazing things. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.